How are you? I'm fine. Sunday, August 15th, 2021. Episode guide Baseball decades. Who is the best hitter in each decade? Who is the best pitcher in each decade? Just recap again. And if you want the details on each decade, check out each episode. I'll just recap what I've done so far. 1870 to 1879, a 10-year period. I've been doing who's the best pitcher and who's the best hitter in each 10-year decade, starting with 1870. Jim O'Rourke, 730 hits, and Al Spalding, 252 wins. Best hitter and pitcher. 1880 and 1889, during 10 years. Cap Hansen, 1,518 hits. Tim Keefe, 291 wins. 1890 to 1899. Best hitter, Ed Delante, 1,863 hits. Best pitcher, Kid Nichols, 296 wins. 1900, 1909. Best hitter, Horace Wagner, 1,847 hits. Christy Mathewson, 236 wins. 1910, 1919. Best hitter, Ty Cobb, 1,948 hits. Best pitcher, Walter Johnson, 265 wins. 1920, 1929. Best hitter, Roger Hornsby, 2,085 hits. Best pitcher, Burleigh Grimes, 190 wins. 1930, 1939. Best hitter, Paul Wainer, 1,959 hits. Best pitcher, Lefty Grove, 199 wins. Who do we got for 1940 to 1949? Who was the best hitter? Well, here's what happened. There was like 3 or 4 year period there where some players didn't play, Hall of Famers. They served in the military during World War II. But other players did play through the war years. So they racked up more stats. Do you want to know who won 1940 to 1949 as far as hitting? You're not going to believe it. Lou Borgero. I've got him right here. Between 1940 and 1949, he accumulated 1,578 hits, and he played in 1942, 43, 44, and 45. He played 1,578 hits. Nobody else had more during the decade. Lou Borgero played for the Cleveland Indians. How about that? I looked up Joe Dimaggio. He was in the service. Was he? Let's see. How come Joe Dimaggio didn't have enough hits? Because that would have been his prime, right? Let's look it up. Yep, 43, 44, and 45 he did not play. But he still ended up with, got him here, Joe Dimaggio, 1,156 hits. 786 RBI, 352 average. Lou Borgero beats him, 1,578 hits, 692 RBI, 327. Same with Ted Williams. He didn't play for 3 or 4 years there, 3.5 years I think it was. He got 1,303 hits, 893 RBI, 406 average. Remember that season. Luke Appling. He got 1,376 hits, 488 RBI, 348. Johnny Mize, 1,071 hits, 744 RBI, 337. Stan Musial enters the decade, but his stats are in the 1950s. 1,265 hits, 706 RBI, 376 was his high. Bobby Doerr, 1,407 hits, 887 RBI, 325. So some other players, I'll just go down the list, okay? I was surprised, weren't you? Lou Borgero leads the decade in hits. But who had the most RBIs? Ted Williams. Even though he didn't play 3 or 4 years, he still led in RBIs for the decade. How about that? All right, go down the list here. 1940, 1949 ball players. Richie Aspirin, 342 hits, 77 RBI, 333. Pee Wee Reese, 981 hits, 408 RBI, 284. Bill Dickey, 538 hits, 272 RBI, 351. Joe Cronin, 414 hits, 288 RBI, 311. Joe Medwick, 979 hits, 510 RBI, 337. Ralph Kiner, 618 hits, 458 RBI, 313. Al Simmons finishing up, 58 hits, 33 RBI, 309. Duke Snider just getting started, 220 hits, 118 RBI, 292. Hank Greenberg finishing up, 542 hits, 423 RBI, 340. Jackie Robinson enters the decade. 548 hits, 257 RBI, 342. Yogi Berra just gets started, 348 hit, 247 RBI, 305. Mel Ott, 815 hits, 474 RBI, 308. Paul Wainer finishing up, 392 hits, 164 RBI, 311. Lloyd Wainer, 196 hits, 28 RBI, 292. Jimmy Fox, 429 hits, 297 RBI, 306. Charlie Gehringer, 269 hits, 134 RBI, 313. Gabby Harnett, 62 hits, 38 RBI, 300. Luke Averell, 35 hits, 22 RBI, 280. Chuck Klein, 90 hits, 43 RBI, 218. Rick Farrell, 499 hits, 185 RBI, 277. Archie Vaughn, 690 hits, 295 RBI, 325. Bobby Doerr, 1407 hits, good decade, 887 RBI, 325. Ernie Lombardi, 725 hits, 419 RBI, 330. Red Shawshanist, 795 hits, 219 RBI, 297. Phil Rizzuto, 872 hits, 327 RBI, 307. Nellie Fox, 65 hits, 21 RBI, 255. And Larry Doby, 285 hits, 151 RBI, 301. So that decade was strange because of the war. But the guy who had the most hits, because he played through the whole decade, Lou Borgero, 1,578 hits. Then Bobby Doerr, 1,407. Then Luke Appling, 1,376. Ted Williams, 1,303. And Joe Dimaggio, 1,156. Let's see what they do in the 50s. Let's see what happens in the 1950s. Okay, that was the best hitters. How about the best pitchers? Again, the war. So who wins it? Hal Newhouser, 170 wins. Best pitcher. 2,450 innings, 1,579 strikeouts. Bob Feller, 137 wins. He was in the military, so he missed some years. 1,896 innings, 1,396 strikeouts. And not too many in here. Johnny Van Meer, 83 wins, 1,388 innings, 931 strikeouts. Early Wynn, 83 wins, 1,409 innings, 447 strikeouts. Let's go down the list here. Lefty Gomez, 24 wins, 271 innings, 131 strikeouts. Bob Lemon, 47 wins, 833 innings, 389 strikeouts. Dizzy Dean finishes up, 3 wins, 55 innings, 19 strikeouts. Carl Hubble finishing up, 37 wins, 601 innings, 253 strikeouts. Red Ruffing, 59 wins, 805 RBI innings, 291 strikeouts. Robin Roberts gets started, 22 wins, 372 innings, 179 strikeouts. Lefty Grove finishing up, 14 wins, 287 innings, 116 strikeouts. Warren Spahn getting started, 65 wins, 988 innings, 462 strikeouts. Ted Lyons finishing up, 37 wins, 595 innings, 195 strikeouts. So that covers 1940 to 1949. Lou Borgero, if I'm saying his name right, leads the decade with 1,578 hits. And as far as wins, Hal Newhouser wins 170 games in that decade. I'm curious, I'll see what happens for the 1950s. Who wins it? Well, you know what's interesting about the 1950s? You have Ted Williams playing, you have Stan Musial playing, I believe Dimaggio stops playing. But you get some other stars that come up. Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. They enter the 1950s. Who else was dominant? We've got some other guys in the 1950s. They accumulate a lot of hits. And then as far as pitchers, I believe Whitey Ford, some of these other guys who made the Hall of Fame, Bob Lemon would be one of them. We'll see how they do, okay? So I'll accumulate the stats. I'll give you 1950 to 1959. Who wins it? Who wins the hitting? Who wins on the pitching? Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm out.